so if I want the animal to go that way, it's a lot of times counterintuitive. You would think I need to be on the right side to make it go left, right? Correct?
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. We're 4 kids on a farm. My wife Rachel and I are here at Polyface, and Daniel Salatin is going to show us how to sort cattle. We could have used this about 3 weeks ago. We had a little fiasco with sorting our cattle. I need you right by me. Come here.
Okay.
Hop the fence right here. Oh. Polyface definitely does this on a way bigger scale, but I'm excited to learn his tips and tricks.
Don't go further down than in front. You kind of wanted stadium seating. You probably can go stand in front, sit, and maybe stand on the wagon as well. But we just wanted you back far enough that you wouldn't disturb the movement. A human and cattle interaction is always a predator-prey involvement. Okay? And so if you're too much like a predator, you increase their stress. And if you're not assertive enough, they will just do what they want to do. All right? And so it's important to understand the predator-prey relationship in a healthy respect. And at the same time, so that it's important to remember that every human is giving them signals, right? So if they are if you are in their vision, you are giving them some type of signal, whether it's just there's somebody walking way over there, or there's somebody right up in my space, okay? And so it's really just important to remember that, so when we start the work, y'all being just still and quiet is perfect to let us get as much of a reality show here as we can. And I don't mean reality like Duck Dynasty, I mean. The other couple of key things to note is Murphy's Law will always have it rain 3.5 inches the day before you have things to drought, every time. The one thing I like about cow sorting is it truly is an equalizer. There's a few homestead jobs that it's nice to be able to, you know, bench press Delaware, but a lot of jobs also are about skill and technique and knowledge, and cattle work is definitely that. And so again, you can be 3 foot nothing and be just as effective as a big hulking, you know, fighter or MMA fighter or something. It's the same thing. So as long as you know what to do, you can have the same interaction. An animal has the flight zone in the front, and so if I want this animal to move, if I want the black one to go forward, I'm going to go toward its hip, and it's going to step to my right. And I can make it spin to my right because it's trying to see me. And then it's going to go out the gate, right? So let this one come up. Don't push this one out. So this red one here, it's going to always turn to see me. And so as I rotate into its blind spot in its butt, it's going to continue to turn to look at me. See that? Yeah. And so if I want the animal to go that way, it's a lot of times counterintuitive. You would think I need to be on the right side to make it go left, right? Correct? But if I want it to go left, a lot of times I want to be on its left, right? And so if I want this one with horns to go out the gate, I don't have to get on that side of it, gate open. I can just come right here, go to its hip, stay in its vision, and it goes out on its own.
Wow.
All right, so just for fun, why don't you try to just go ahead and bring another one, and then bring 2, and then stop. So we're going to bring 2 animals this time, and she's going to stop one of them, or I might stop one, depending on how it comes. You just tell me which one you want to keep back when you get 2 that you like. Nice. There you go. So one of the principles is motion slows motion and counter motion speeds motion. So the second one, I don't know if you noticed that, the second one that she brought, she had 2 side by side, right? They were going like this. And she stepped with the one on the outside and it slowed down, and the other one continued, right? And so if she'd wanted this one to go faster, she would have gone opposite to get it to go faster. do that again. Bring two more. Stop one, bring one. Not that. Leave the dairy cow. I'm going to use him as a demonstration. So each animal has its own personal space. Okay, so the subtle movement of her actions in and out, the animal always does what you tell it. So if you're sorting cattle and they're frustrating and you're like, why won't it do what I want it to do? Just remember it's your fault. Okay? There's a lot of metaphors in that too. Right? But the point is, they will only respond to her movement. So that one on the outside didn't stop by accident. Leanna stopped it herself. Okay? Do that one more time. Maybe this time try to switch it. Bring the one on the outside. Stop the one on your side and bring the outside one. This one's high strung, so we'll bring him back. Okay, so I turned him. Oh, sorry. So in this case, I'm asking her to bring the one on the outside to me and bring the one on the near side this way. So I'm going to get out of the way so she can turn herself. There you go. You got it. Turn that one. Yep. Split. Perfect. Again, we're both giving them signals. So if I'm moving and she's moving, they have to respond to something. So the best thing that I can do to help her when I'm on gate duty is to not move at all. So if your husband's put you on gate duty, sometimes just stand there and do nothing. It's the best thing you can do sometimes. All right, do that one more time. That's really good. Bring another one like that. And so the idea of the best work you can do all day is going back and forth like this is really effective. Whoop. Which one you want? That one? Okay. And so notice, whoop, my fault. That was like my fault. So notice too how different the distance between the animal it happens. So sometimes you can get really close to a calm one, and sometimes you have to be a lot further away. And that has to do with looking at the subtleties of the animal. Bring them up toward the fence. So notice that number 26, the yellow tag one, he's got his head up the whole time. He's wanting to go. He's really high strung. We're going to let him out because he's goofy. We don't need to get him all stressed out. Come on, bud. I'm going to step into these. Get them to go that way. What was that number I called out? 26? Yeah, thank him. I'll let him go with a buddy. Alright, now the dairy one and something else back. Your position of the animal, your position to the animal matters, right? So your face, again, you're the predator. So if you're looking at the animal, they feel like you're really bearing down on them. If you're turned away from them, it's a totally different deal. So at the distance that you can get to them changes based on the profile of your shape. So sometimes when you're trying to make an animal move, just going from looking at them this way to turning your back on them makes it from being wanting to stress out versus calm. Okay, so just a quick example of some finished animals. We've got this black one here that's really close. It's a little taller, no, it's okay. But I want to show you the distance. The main difference here, see this black white face one here, look how flat and the thickness of his back is. Again, he's not corn fed, it's 100% grass, but he's wide across the back compared to this dairy steer who's really triangular. Again, that's an extreme example just to show you what I'm trying to talk about. Hey, easy fellow, whoa. Let me get this chocolate one out of here. Chocolate one's a little bit jacked up. one has a really, that was tough because you have something that's got a really high flight zone on the outside and something like this has a really low flight zone. So you got to get right up in his face to get him to do anything. But anyway, just an extreme example between this one that's really how the tail drops down like the hips. So you got hip and the meat drops off the tail. You got a real triangle up in here. You got sunken hips of the dairy animals that's really small and narrow. And the tail head is kind of narrow. It just kind of comes down in little valleys on either side of the tail. Not a lot of fat down in here. And very little fat and extra weight down in the brisket area. So again, this one, it's a dairy animal, so that's the way it's going to look. So what happens is once they turn and look at you, then you can bring the animal forward with their head as opposed to chasing them from the rear. You know, when you're watching National Geographic Channel, all the thing that the predator does to the prey, you just want to do the opposite, right? And so when you see the pack of wolves chasing the bison or whatever to find the weak one and the small one, they're chasing it from behind and trying to make it run as fast as they can. That's what you don't want to do, so the best thing is to work them from the front. Super low stress. If it wasn't muddy, these animals would be probably lying down, chewing their cud, chilling. They're not excited or stressed at all.
All right, guys, tell us what you think. I think that went really, really well. I have a lot of hope for Rachel and I for next time, but definitely Daniel has a lot of practice with this, but so much wisdom. I'm so excited to implement this on our farm.